Right, next video tutorial of our Wicked Waffles Cafe. In this, we're going to look at annotating the elevation. So here, what we want to do is we want to create our finished floor level. We want to extend that, and we're going to use the annotation. Yes, we created an annotation detail layer. So we're gonna extend beyond the top there, stop on that wall, and we're gonna draft that across. Now what that needs to be is broken detail, so we need to create that as a center line. Right, that is our finished floor level indicated there, and the next thing we need to do is just add in some annotations. So what I'm going to do again is borrow from the bottom, control copy, control V, bring it up to the top. Now here we're just going to type in FFL. Okay, FFL is our finished floor level, all in capital letters. I'm going to just make that slightly smaller because it is a bit more cumbersome to have all that detail like that. Now I'm going to drop it down until I'm comfortable that it sits just above the finished floor level, not attached, just above. I'm then going to copy that. We don't need to do this twice, but I'm going to just bring it into the section part of the elevation. We then have GL for ground level, so we're going to go Control V, actually Control copy, Control V. I'm then going to take away that perpendicular snap, and I'm just above there, and I'm going to say GL for ground level, or NGL. It's completely up to you. We'll add an NGL to be a little bit more correct. I'm going to do it on the opposite side as well. I'm going to add an NGL. Okay, so NGL, FFL, all in the right place. Now we need to add an additional bit of information to this, and that will be what we call DPC. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to go new layer, damp proof course to prevent capillary action, absorbing water into the wall structure. So we're going to go DPC. I'm going to use a color, a separate color. Let's use, I'm going to use a pink, just so that we can see it as we draw on it. And then we want to make it thicker. We want to look at around a 0.30 thickness. And where does DPC go? Well, it'll go across and on top of the, let me click on that and make sure the layer is activated. Right, so there's DPC. And if you want to infer your line weights, you can click on that. It should infer all your line weights. You can see the outline of the walls at the bottom, etc. Are all inferred. So I'll do that again later so we can see the correct line weightings. Right, DPC again, I'm going to move across here. DPC will move its way underneath there as well. DPC then will also go here because water does come into contact with the base of the window and the windowsill, so we do need protection over there as well. So there's your damp proof course in position. Then we're just going to take copy, Control F, finish floor level. I'm going to then add DPC here. And you don't have to add it. I don't have to add it twice for the floor, but we'll indicate that we have DPC there. So we're going to go D, P, and C, and we're going to just bring that across slightly. Okay, and then we're going to control copy that, and we're going to drag that up to the windowsill as well. So we've indicated now that there's damp proof course in all those positions. The civil engineer should be able to detect or pick up that the DPC is required on both sides. So that is some of the annotation done. What we need to add now is just the title. So I'm just going to highlight everything, go move, enter, just give myself a bit more space. I'm going to just move it off any reference point really from there. We're just going to make sure that we keep it perpendicular, just move it up slightly. There we go. And we're going to add in the details again. We're going to go to Control Copy. And what this will be is, as you are aware, and that you've done this plenty times now, is a sectional elevation on A. Right, now before we finish that, let's try to get that all on the same, there we go. And before we finish that, rather center it slightly more, is we need to then go and create, we need to create the openings for the windows when in broken detail. So I'm going to do the window command again. In fact, let me use the annotations because it is really, it's an annotation of sorts. So the opening is going to be from the, and I've gone ahead here, but I'll explain it as I finish off here. So in other words, it will hinge along there, hinge across there, and the handle to open will be there. So it will open this way. All right, let's go and repeat that. Quick shortcut to do this, here's another command that you might like, is to go mirror, enter. Now, if I select the base point, I'm going to select that as the middle, and if I just rotate around, you can see that it mirrors it to the other side in the exact position. As long as my base point is directly in the middle of a reference point, enter, so that'll be the middle, and I can just bring it across. Do you want to erase? No, we want to keep the original object, enter, there we go. Now, what I want to do with that is I want to ensure that it is in center marking. Right, MO for properties, and we can just reduce the scale a little bit. I reckon 100 should work, maybe not. Let's have a look. No, we don't see anything there, so let's try it again. No, let's bring it down to 100. Let's see what happens. Okay, we can see it now. That's good. Okay, the opening is seen. We might have to adjust that scale when we add it to a layout later, so we'll just see what that looks like. So at the moment, we've got all the information in, I believe, that we need. We've got internal door specs, we've got all the annotations required, DPC, FFL, and NGL. We have sectional elevation, we've got our window openings in terms of annotations, and that will be it for now. So in the next video, what we're going to start doing is we're going to look at just making sure the line ratings are correct, and then we're going to work in a layout here and create an A3 page as you would in your for your practical assessment task.